house party.
Ah, yes. The Citizen Kane of party movies.
That take place in a house.
That's right. Uh-huh.
Um, so you ready to clap this motherfucker in? Clap it like you've never clapped before.
I mean, I can clap. I don't know if it'll be like I've never clapped before, though.
Just, just clap it up. Clap it up old school.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's
Woo!
On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa, smoldering pirate hosts that we are. Here we are to rock pirate radio once again.
That's right. Wait, Josh, come on. I let it slip, but come on. It's not what we're doing.
Slip of the lip. I like the way you move your hips. Loose lips, sink ships. The way you move, you don't miss.
Oh, yeah.
Name that tune. Name it.
Slippery Slip by the Slippies.
I look forward to the cease and desist letter to come from the offices of the lawyers representing Rat.
Yeah, me too.
What's up, everybody? We are On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa. We're here to talk about Our Flag Means Death, Season 1, Episode 7. If you haven't seen it yet, we're going to talk about the whole episode and whatever else we talk about. So we're going to spoil it. So please, if you don't want it spoiled, stop, watch, and roll.
Nice. Nailed it.
Nailed it, baby. Once again, just the figure 4 leg lock executed to perfection.
Whoa. Josh, we start off drinking tea here.
Yeah, on the deck of the ship.
Just
a little bit of cream and 7 sugars.
That's right. Wouldn't be the same without it or something.
Ed thinks it is nearing time for him to move on and find his next adventure.
You asshole, it is not. You're not going anywhere, Ed.
Like, that's what he's claiming, at least.
Yeah, he's fishing for compliments is what he's doing.
Right, like, oh, I think I should go. You probably don't want me to stick around here any longer.
I probably suck. I probably am terrible and you hate me, but that's fine. I'm probably ugly and annoying, right?
That might be a little dose of what's happening here, possibly, conceivably. Or he might genuinely think, what am I still doing around here? And
I mean, maybe
I think it's the first thing. I think it's the first thing.
Yeah. So we got a problem. The Swede has scurvy.
But why so?
Well, Steed asked Roach to make him a 40 orange glaze cake. So they're all out of oranges.
That's not including the 10 other oranges in the cake itself, right. Which unfortunately barely tasted of oranges.
Barely. I mean, how could it?
So Roach is blamed for the lack of oranges, despite Steed's mismanagement.
I mean, what an idiot. Why would you make that cake?
Also, the Swede is immediately ostracized for his scurvy.
Yeah, everyone probably thinks they can catch it.
Well, has it been proven that you can't catch scurvy? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm pretty sure you can't. I
don't think that's how it works. But they're
but these guys don't know.
No.
They're just a bunch of dumb pirates on a pirate ship doing the best that they can to make their way in the world with what little they know.
Right. And when they've seen scurvy before, it probably dominoes. Everyone gets it at the same time, so they probably think it's contagious.
Right.
Is my guess. But this also, I mentioned this in a previous episode, but this is the episode where the audio description starts to call Jim by neutral pronouns.
Right. And also, like, that's just baked into the episode itself.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I was paying attention to the audio description and nothing else.
Yeah. So something very cool. Well, we'll get to it in a second anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the quest for oranges, one place that they could go is St. Augustine.
That's right.
And Jim does not want to go there.
No, why? Ugh.
We get a very quick blip of a flashback to a young Jim as a young Bonifacia.
That's right.
Witnessing the murder of their father.
That's right. That's right. So obviously they don't want to go back to that stupid place.
Yeah.
But Steve found a treasure map, so they're going to go.
Yeah, he paid an exorbitant amount of money, like more money than Lucius has ever seen in his entire life.
Which could be nothing, really. I mean...
Which could be nothing. Well, no, he's the only person on the ship who can read or write. So we can assume that he has like
some sort of
he's
breeding
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ed is like, that map is not real.
Everyone's like that.
Everyone's like that.
That's not a thing. If it were a thing, why would they sell it to you? They would just get the treasure.
And Black Pete is like, well, I think we should still get oranges, and I volunteer to like be part of the team to go get them.
He's a go-getter.
And Alawande tries to offer up Jim, like, Jim's from here. I never said I was from here. Well, you never say anything because you're so secretive. And then the Swede, who's been saving his teeth as they fall out one by one, and presumably his fingernails also, learns the horrible news that once they come out, they don't go back in, and then begs Jim, please help me, please.
They don't work like that, Swede.
Jim reveals something when pressed. Their favorite color is teal.
I love that. A few months ago, Andy asked me what my favorite color was. I had no memory of this episode, and I was like, it's teal. He's like, no, really, what's your favorite color? It's teal. Like half the shit in our house is teal right now. So it was unintentional, but I love it.
What does a favorite color even say about a person? Everything.
Right. I killed the person that killed my father with my family's knife, just like Jim. I don't know who said it, but someone's like, they're talking about how Jim is kind of scary. And someone was like, oh, I would love to be stabbed by Jim.
Yeah.
I think it was Wee John, maybe.
Wee John, aka Hodor.
They find an orange tree.
And Jim
Jim's
is like, no, not that orange tree. Any orange tree but that one. And Black Pete is like, what's the matter? It's a special orange tree. Plucks an orange. Is like, is this God's orange tree? And zip, a knife takes it out of his hand and spears it into another tree.
Yeah. Because the person that trained Jim is the nun that owns that tree.
And that nun is Jim / Bonifacia's nan. That's their grandmother.
Is it? I just thought that they called her that.
No, apparently that's
a nun.
Well, no, so that's okay. So that's a nun who is her grandmother. And later on, Jim says, she's my only family.
Oh,
and
that's true.
Alawande is like, well, I could be family too. And it's a touching moment. But so we meet Jim's nan,
Mhm.
the nun, who only refers to Jim slash Bonifacia as they, them.
That's right. I
So,
do
so,
remember that actually.
so that's in story.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's great.
Uh, one of my, yeah, but when she scares the shit out of the other pirates, Pete and Wee John, and I don't know, sweet whoever else was with them, they're all like, oh, I think it was Roach. They're like, yeah, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And they all try to do the sign of the cross and fail miserably. And it made me so happy because that's pretty much how I would do it. I don't know your stupid rituals.
So wait, in the type of Christianity you were raised with,
Uh-huh.
there's no crossing oneself.
No.
Okay.
I and I'm not I might just be thinking this, but I feel like if I had asked my dad about it, he'd be like, no, that's like witchcraft. uh,
I I
yeah.
love how, like, from the outside, well, I'm saying from the outside of Christianity,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I can't tell these two things apart.
Of course not.
And, all schisms are treated like outright heresy.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. We're very judgmental.
So we get a fun little chat with Jim's grandmother, who's just so happy to talk about the old times. When Jim was little, they bit a priest's finger off.
Right.
Not just bit their finger, but bit it off. Did the priest die of that? No. And then just gales of laughter. He was crushed to death by a tree.
That is good. uh so Ed and Steed and Lucius are walking around through this another part of the island trying to find treasure. And Ed is so fucking embarrassed. He's hiding and like how you do when you go into Spencer's Gifts at the mall. You're just like, I don't. But did you notice the bag on the head of the shovel that Lucius was carrying?
I did not.
I'm pretty fucking positive that was a modern day Crown Royal bag.
That's great. They had to empty out the Scrabble tiles to put the shovel in it.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Um,
Uh,
yeah, I mean, I feel like these are all pirates who are very familiar with Spencer Gifts at the mall.
right. Yeah,
They're
they're
like,
comfortable there.
yeah, you've got a hat that says old fart,
Hmm.
and t-shirts with the South Park gang on them.
That's right. A rack
And
of or not holiday, like birthday cards with obese naked women on them.
excellent. Oh, maybe a pen or screwdriver or something that has like a woman in a one piece bathing suit, but if you turn it upside down or right side
Uh-huh.
up,
Hell yeah.
the bathing suit
What?
disappears.
That sounds like
Yeah.
magic.
Oh my God. It's so raunchy.
And then some like lava lamps and dragon art.
Right. Those like cool
Black
electric
light.
globe things that is like,
Oh
you put your fingers on it.
yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Where you can find bigger versions at children's museums.
Right. Or before the pandemic, I nearly signed up for a
Peace
class
Corps.
where you can like work with that stuff.
What do you mean work with it?
So there are like several glass studio slash school type places around Brooklyn, and
Okay.
and you can learn about glass blowing and neon and
That
And
sounds super cool.
right, how cool would it be to make your own neon sign, or like that kind of, I don't even know what they're called, those little zappy
Um,
things. I mean, I get
Einstein
that you
glow.
can like literally buy them for like $10 to $15
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. That's not the same. But you don't have the pride of craftsmanship when you buy it for $10.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So you could instead get some third degree burns in a glass studio
Yeah.
and make a thing that won't work correctly.
That sounds dope.
So yeah, so anyway, they're on the hunt. They're on the hunt for the treasure with the treasure map, and Steed finds a special moth.
What kind of moth was that?
It was like a candied jelly moth or something. What was it?
I don't remember. That's why I
It
asked.
was a super special one.
It's very rare.
And Ed was like, I guess that's cool for a bug, and then swats at like a million flies on him,
He
mosquitoes and
hates,
stuff.
that's fair. He hates nature. Hates it. And I feel that so hard. It's
Yeah,
the
totally.
worst.
I don't want, please, bugs be gone.
Thank
Gross.
you.
Also, I'm allergic to like all of nature. I love it. It's beautiful. I can't
I
be
know.
there.
No, I'm not allergic and I hate it. It's terrible. It's it itchy and in the
Yeah.
way and ugh, fucking nature. And then a snake falls on him and he whips it to death as a
Yeah.
whip.
Yeah. He doesn't know how to relax, but then he freaks the fuck out on this snake when he's trying to prove
Yeah.
that he can relax.
and,
Anyway,
and the following is like one of my favorite scenes of this whole series.
around the campfire,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
please
And
break it down for us.
I can't, but he's Steve's like, this is really good. You could be a chef.
Yeah, you've like really tenderized this snake very, very well.
He's like, yeah, I can do anything. I'm gonna have
Yeah, so anything I set my mind to. I'm great
I,
at everything.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have a place called Blackbeard's Bar and Grill and other delights and delicacies and fishing
And
equipment.
and gifts and stuff. Yeah, it's the Spencer Gifts and Tavern of its day.
Absolutely. They have
And
this really great conversation about exactly what it's like and how Steve's not going to be able to get in because it's going to be too popular. Maybe he'll come in on Monday, so there's not a line or a wait.
right, you wouldn't save a seat for me? He's like, oh, Saturday is our busiest night of the week. Coming in on Monday.
I love it so much.
Gonna have to
It
walk past fishing gear and gifts to get to the tables.
I go to a tiki place like that in the suburbs. You have to walk through a gift shop that's just cheap tiki blow up dolls and moo and
Tiki
lays.
blow up dolls?
Yeah, like actual tiki towers. What are those called? The some offensive thing that they make with pink plastic instead of wood. You know what I mean? Tiki.
I mean, I know what the tiki aesthetic is, and I know what
Yeah,
a like a glass meant to look like a tiki thing
yeah. It's like that,
is like.
but it's like blow up instead.
How big is it?
I
Is
think
it
they're
like
like
a giant lawn ornament type thing?
no, I mean, I haven't been there in a while, but it was like a 4 foot blow up thing to keep in your room for cool times.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess if you're gonna have like a tiki party or something,
Oh, there you go.
some Polynesian stuff.
Hmm. It was
Um,
it was my favorite place to go for birthdays for a while, and I collected Hawaiian, like 60s vintage Hawaiian dresses, and I would wear them and then be very embarrassed because people thought I worked there.
I I have a deep and abiding love for Polynesian themed Chinese restaurants.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So like there were a couple of those near where I grew up that were like big and over the top and kind of Route 66-ish.
Yeah.
And one of them that's just been like a landmark for all of my life and longer is finally closing its doors
Ooh,
like imminently.
you
I've
should
gone
buy
there
it.
for Christmas where you get like there's like volcanoes and shit inside.
Yeah, I'm sure. It
You
sounds
know, there's
amazing,
like
and I don't know anything
there's
about it.
totally there's boats like on the walls and just hanging plate like it's big and ridiculous in all the best ways. If you love camp and kitsch,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we both do,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then it's just like a super fun place to be.
How much are
And
they asking for it?
well, there, I mean, as is the way with all things, like the family themselves, or they've sold to real estate developers.
Ah,
So I think that there will be like a new restaurant in the giant mixed use building that goes up in its place, but like
it
how
won't
are,
be
how
the
are you ever
same.
going to get that atmosphere back? It's not possible.
No, and even when you try and fake it, it
Yeah, it would
has a
just be like a
bad vibe.
TGI Fridays or
Yes,
something. Like you
absolutely.
can't, you know, this was a one of a kind type place in the spirit of a million other places that are one of a kind places just like it.
Yeah, yeah. But so
Um,
few are left.
oh, and there was a place near where I went to college that was a Polynesian restaurant, and they had like before it was widely popular, they had karaoke, and they were
Nice.
like the Polynesian restaurant and bar and karaoke place. And there were like streams and animatronics inside. There was like an animatronic crocodile and monkey and at least another thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that, like, you
I'm
know,
so sad I don't get to see these places.
yeah, that place has been gone for a long time, unfortunately. And I think, you know, these kind of places just it's hard to keep that stuff going.
I know. There's this one place when I was a kid. They had pizza and a band of animatronic animals that would sing songs.
And now it's just a completely open floor plan,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
open office design,
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
yeah,
Each game a different cubicle, different animals. It's a shame.
extremely
It's a shame.
brightly lit,
Mhm.
absolutely no shadows, no place to run and hide. Thank God.
Thank God. Because gross. Okay, so anyway, back to this campfire, and they're talking like Steed and Ed are talking, and it's adorable. And Steed's like, "You got something in your beard," and he can't get it out, so Steed picks it out for him, and it's just like an over-the-shoulder shot between the two of them to Lucius, and he's just like, "Oh my God."
Oh my God, this is happening. Like he totally ships them.
So hard. I love it so much.
And while that's happening and Lucius is focused on the show in front of him, he
Yeah.
doesn't notice that the treasure map catches fire.
Oh,
Whoops.
it's gonna
Nobody sees it
happen.
happen.
Now we go back to Jim, and I think, wait, where do we go? Because we're gonna go right into a montage of Jim training as a child
Yeah,
through
so
Nana.
Jim, it starts off with like Jim throwing a knife, and Jim's grandmother, who constantly only exclusively says they them pronouns, talks about having raised the child, catching mice,
That's right.
killing and butchering animals for God's divine revenge.
I mean, hell, if you're gonna be religious, do it for revenge.
Right. Right. This nun um created like the perfect killer. I mean, sort of, maybe. Like there are apparently seven people responsible for murdering Jim's father, although we clearly see in the flashback it's really just the one guy,
Right, right, right,
but he was
right.
traveling with
a huge gang of people.
Right.
It, it, and it was so traumatic that Jim blacked out and does not remember any of it except for her dad being killed. So if they can remember that,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
need to know anything else.
Yeah. 7 brutal killers wiped out the family bloodline. And how many of them have you killed? Oh, I've taken so much revenge, so much revenge. Oh, that's
Oodles,
wonderful. How many are dead
oodles.
now? Oodles of revenge. How many are dead now? One, unless some of the others died from other causes. So so there's still 6 living ones. Well, I killed the one that matters. I am so disappointed in you. Life is disappointing.
Yes, that is right.
You are a disappointment. Life is a disappointment.
Other who's going to go and try and fix that because Jim walks off.
Meanwhile, Steed is trying to put scraps of map back together. And Lucius tells Ed, don't be a dick.
Because he's being a dick.
Yeah, Steed put together this special day for Ed.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody looks at you. You're so cool with your leather this and your leather that. And we all worry whether or not you think we're cool.
That's right.
So, he went above and beyond because he likes you and wants you to like him back.
And Ed fucking listens. And he goes up to Steed and he's like, oh, what's that bit there? Oh, yeah, I can tell. Oh, like, hey, this totally looks like a river or road, right? I think we know where that is, right?
And here's like one that looks like a tree, and basically the rest of it was just empty space, I think.
And I'm sure it was. So it's fine. It's so
so he gets on board.
Yeah. And
with positivity.
Steed walks away and Lucius is like, that was very sweet. It's like, don't, or I will stab you in the face. That's right.
Oluwande catches up to Jim, having tracked them using twigs and also footprints.
Yep.
There's yet another flashback of the killing of Jim's father. Like, we got it.
Yeah. This is where they go into more detail about the whole thing, but without really doing that. And Jim says they were out there for 4 weeks alone before anyone found them. And I'm guess I didn't. Did they say anything about their siblings?
No, but so we see a shot of young Bonifacia and brother.
Mm-hmm.
And then we never know what happens to the brother. So is there a living brother that was taken away by this gang of marauders? Maybe.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that it's part of the stuff they don't remember.
Well, hopefully we will learn one day.
Yeah, because they did say that Nan was the only family they had left. So
right. So either the brother is dead. Either the brother is dead or just went missing without a trace.
Right. You're right.
Right. So Nana's Jim's only family. Oluwande is like, well, shuffle. I could be your family. And they almost kiss. They both move in for it.
And then Steed walks into frame. Hey guys, I found a tree.
So he digs by the base of the tree. What does he find?
Well, obviously it's a rock, but I think it turns out to be a petrified orange.
Right. But wasn't the real treasure the day we spent together?
No, treasure is the real treasure, idiot.
There's a really fun thing where Steed and Jim are tossing the orange back and forth, the petrified orange, like, oh, you should have it. It's from your family's land. Mm-hmm. And Jim's like, no, you keep it. And Steve's like, oh, thank God. I really wanted this. This is my new favorite thing. Like, definitely, it's a perfect paperweight.
I really didn't want to give it to you. The crew's leaving the place where the nun is, monastery. And they've all got big bags of oranges.
Filled with oranges. Those idiots agreed to be paid in oranges to do manual labor around the place, fixing up the wall or whatever.
Yeah, what a bunch of idiots.
Dummies.
Working for the thing that they needed. Alawandi tells Nana that Jim has gone.
Yeah, because Jim has to finish that vengeance quest.
That's right. And
she says, life is pain. And Alawande repeats, life is pain. They agree that life is pain.
that's right.
Meanwhile, Steed and Ed
having a recap of their day with brandy and
the
orange
perfect
paperweight.
brandy at the end of a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ed floats the idea, who says that a ship has to only have one captain?
Hey, we could be
co-captains. Oh my God, we said it at the same
oh
time.
Oh. Adorable. Then we go to
Totes adorbs.
So adorable. We cut straight to Spanish Jackie's Tavern.
Right.
And
what's the name of that place? The Federation of Pirates? Pirate Town?
Yep, Pirate Town. Pirateville.
Like Pirate Island. It's like the Federation of Pirates, I think.
I think you're right.
Something like that. Spanish Jackie and Izzy.
Izzy's complaining about Steed. I bet all he ever does is complain about Steed.
The British Navy show up.
Yeah.
And nobody's happy about this.
No.
But as happens so often when unlikely alliances are formed around a common enemy.
Yes. And they all name off their list of reasons why they hate Steed.
He spilled my nose jar.
He broke it.
He broke my nose jar. And what was the other thing he did?
I don't know, but the English guy's like, I don't know what that means.
I didn't follow any of that.
Yeah.
So you're Spanish Jackie. That's right. Are you Spanish? No.
No.
I mean, it's like the Spanish flu. The Spanish flu wasn't Spanish.
Why was it called Spanish flu then, Josh?
It was like it's like they got the blame for it because they identified it and tried to like take action before anyone else.
Oh, what a bunch of assholes.
Right. Yeah. Well, good thing that'll never happen again.
Oh, phew. Safe forever. So the three of these organizations are going to come together and defeat Steed.
He killed my brother. He broke my nose jar. Yeah, he did something weird to my captain.
His brain. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, so that is the entire episode. And what an episode.
Josh, you say that every time, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, it's a really, really fun show. Guys, thanks for joining us. That's all the time we have for this episode. Tune in next week to Pirate Radio on Fire Tonight, featuring the smoldering pirates.
Yar.
Yar, matey. Ahoy, ahoy.
Buccaneer, movies that are rated R, etc. Punchlines from pirate jokes. Okay, yeah. I guess I'll stop. All right. Bye everybody. See you next time.
Bye, everybody. See you soon.